Hello, you are all very welcome to Straight from the Horse's Mouth, the Pony Play podcast. My name is Kylian Charnock, and I am your host and guide as we explore this vast world of play, kink, and community. With me today is someone who I could say is prolific in the community, especially when it comes to talking about handlers. We'll talk about how they first got into pony play, where they've gone with it, and what they're doing now. Please join me in welcoming to the podcast, Courtney Jo. Courtney Jo, how are we doing today?
Hi, I'm good. It's nice to chat with you.
Again.
Again.
Fun fact, this is the second attempt at this podcast, as the first time I corrupted the audio.
Not the only thing you corrupted.
Careful now. No, wait. We're rated explicit.
Yeah.
Keep going. Yes. So last time we talked beforehand, it was right before you were headed to Unstabled in Portland. And now we are 2 weeks out from Unstabled.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have new stories that, well, I mean, you didn't hear the first stories, but now you get to hear the stories about Unstabled. So honestly, I think this works out for the better.
I mean, it was a phenomenal weekend camping outing by PDX Herd and the group that put it together. I cannot speak highly enough about it. So I'm excited to share some fun tidbits and stories and shenanigans from camp.
Oh, shenanigans. The worst name for an Irish bar. So let's get started. Let's give some context. Let's give some background. Who are you? No, but how did you get started in pony play? What's your origin story? Everyone loves some lore. What do you got?
Oh my goodness. I have been a part of the Seattle kink community or scene since about 2012, when a friend was like, hey, do you want to see some hot modeling photos that I did? And I was like, sure. And then it was incredibly hot, like boot blacking photos. And I was like, yes, whatever this is, yes. And so found the community. A few years later in 2015, I met my spouse, who jokingly I referred to him as a puppy. And then he's like, well, actually, I'd be interested in checking out, the pet scene in Seattle. What's it like? And I was like, oh, I have no idea. Fast forward to us joining the community. I was president of Seattle Pups and Handlers for a year. And then I met a rubber latex gearhead pony. And my world was rocked. I had seen latex ponies in real life just one other time at a kink fest around one of the first years that I was in the Seattle scene. But it was very much like they are the stereotypical gorgeous, like 10 feet tall pony with all the latex and all the gear and just stunning. And I was like, I'm 5'3" and a fat girl. That's not me. I don't know how to do pony play. Turns out that's not the only way to do pony play. And when I met this pony in 2021-ish, I just fell in love. It was definitely like the little girl finally got her pony kind of thing. I got to handle him a few times. I got introduced to the Telegram Not Safe for Work pony chat, which has a bazillion people in it.
Which is funny to me because you're in that one, but not the normal one.
Well, yeah, why would I want to have normal ponies when I could have dirty ponies? No.
Because I'm an admin for the normal one.
You're an admin for the normal one?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. We'll talk about that later.
Oh.
No, it seemed to be the same people in the safe for work and not safe for work. And so I was like, well, I want the dirty ponies. I want the after dark ponies. And
Fine.
so I know, okay, I'll join it for you. I do love seeing you around.
I'm in both. It's fine. It's just in that one I get to yell at people for, hey, toss it to the other chat. Anytime you see someone come in going, so as I was saying in the other chat, that's usually because I've tossed them
You're
out.
like,
Going,
go be with the
guys,
naughty ones.
yeah,
Yeah.
other building.
Yeah, so I met a pony in that chat who was like, well, why don't you come out to an LA event and see what pony play in person is like? And I was like, it's in 2 weeks. And he was like, yes, and like ponies do with people who say they're handlers. And so that's kind of the history. I went to that event, met people who are pony camp staff members at Camp Crucible, gotta come to Camp Crucible, gotta come to the Crucible club and meet you. And now here we are.
And the rest, they say, is history. So, were there any other kinks that brought you into this?
Not exactly, but also like with pony play, you kind of get a little bit of everything. So I am an age player. So sometimes I get to just be the little girl who is painting and making sure her pony looks pretty. Sometimes I get to be the like bubblegum sadist that I am, and I'm holding the carrots or apple chips away from my pony and making them work hard to make me giggle and be gleeful. Sometimes it's the bondage, it's the, looking pretty and being an honored object. So yes, but no.
I mean, it falls into the idea that pony play is whatever you make it, right?
Absolutely.
Like, there's so much that encapsulates it that as long as a horse is somewhat involved, pony play takes place.
Oh, absolutely.
It's almost
You are only limited by your imagination. If you want it to be some big elaborate scene, like you may need to, build your stable for it, but you could have it. If you want it to just be a $5 piece of rope from Home Depot that's now your bit, great. You can literally go with any level of gear that your heart desires, or your budget allows for.
exactly. It's kind of like there is a certain faith that says, where two or more are gathered, so I will be there as well. Very much like in pony play, if there's a horse involved, there too shall be pony play.
Yes.
Doesn't matter what else is going on. It is horse themed bondage is pony play. Horse themed age play is pony play. Anytime that there is a horse mindset involved, you are doing pony play.
Yeah. And really, there are so many ponies out there and handlers out there who are like, why not make more ponies and handlers? So yes, if you have even an inkling of being interested in pony play, be cautious of the ponies. They will find you. They know where you are.
It's true, and just like every other kink, there is a dom shortage. There is a top shortage. So if you've ever wanted to be in that position, we will find you.
Yeah.
We will eat you up.
Well, and I think that's part of what I love about when there is a herd that's local to a pony who maybe doesn't have a handler is you don't need a handler to do this. The desire is there to have it for headspace, and I fully support and understand needing that external push to get you into a headspace. But usually being around other ponies will help you get into that headspace. Other ponies are could be a switch, right? And so maybe they'll step up and handle for you. You do not have to go to a pony meetup with a handler already assigned to you to make this happen. You definitely can just show up as your pony self, or if you're a handler, be prepared to be bombarded, and you will have lots of ponies who are interested, regardless of experience. Regardless of experience, go if you're new.
Okay, it doesn't work if you lean into the mic.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I see the mic. It works.
The mic is on my side.
I know.
Uh,
Fine.
If this was a video podcast, we would be entertaining as fuck.
Oh, God, so funny.
Go back to that though. Yeah, I definitely remember like going the first couple of times going to the Crucible herd, and like I have been a handlerless pony for ever, especially in person. So going to an event and not knowing what I was walking into, I mean, for the first few times, it wasn't comfortable, if that makes sense, because like, you know, I didn't know how to go up to somebody and ask them to like, hey, would you mind? Would you be like, you know, and thankfully so many people in my local herd here in DC, are outgoing enough that they will approach the new people and just be like, hey, first off, welcome, hello. So what are your interests? What can we bring you into?
Yeah.
What would you like to try? Would you like to try driving a cart? Would you like to try pulling a cart? Like, what would you like to do? What are your goals in coming here today? And now it's kind of like, depending on who is there, it kind of like, you know, as you continue to be more present in the community, other people will then be like, oh yeah, I know this pony, like I know what they like, I know what they want to do, I will go handle them for a while, as an act of service for my community, and like we'll have fun. And I also always say, like, you know, if you're a pony, learn how to handle as well, because as an act of service to your community, I mean, ponies handle other ponies all the time, but it's also how you learn. It's how you learn how to be a better pony, or a different pony, or, you know, think about things in a different way.
Oh, absolutely. So I think knowing what kind of pony play, pet play that you as the animal like leads to you finding also the kind of handler that you best jive with, right? I'm someone who I want all, as a handler, I want all the aspects of pony play. I want the, bathing the pony. I want the training. I want the cart pulling. I want the agility. I want the, you know, I could do all of it for so long. But some ponies don't want to pull carts. Some ponies want to be the show pony and just be seen. Some ponies want to work really hard. Some ponies, whatever have you. So knowing what you like as the pony, whether you've learned that because of experience as being the pony or handling other ponies, is such a great conversation to then have with any potential handler. Because then it's definitely like, hey, here's what I know I like to do. If that's of an interest, great. Or, is it going to just be a clash because this handler wants to have the whip out the whole time and be correcting your behavior, but you just want to prove that you're a good pony. So like, that's not going to vibe. So yeah, I think ponies handling ponies is a great experience. You also then understand what us as the handlers sometimes go through. So yeah, it's definitely an interesting experience to see ponies handling other ponies.
Until that pony corrupts the handler, and then it's just chaos. They go back to being a pony, and it's just, oh no, now we have two ponies.
Yeah.
Crap.
That is a thing. The ponies do.
It has happened. I mean, what? I haven't. I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't done that. What?
We already talked about corrupting.
We already talked about what?
You corrupting things.
And you too can see my corruption on my Just for Fans for $5 a month. It does exist. It's not updated, but it's there. I think I have one subscriber.
I think we need to change it to Just for Hooves.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Or Just for Flares.
Untapped.
You're welcome.
Market. Yep. There's our $1 million idea.
Listen, I just think I think the market is wrong. I think people should pay me $5 a month to not have to see my penis.
I think you would be even more broke than now. I think people do want to see your penis. You just don't swing it enough. I know. Would you like to find out?
And then there's the other joke of, well, I just think if you want to see my dick, you should pay me $5. I mean, I think that's fair.
Yes.
I'm not cleaning this thing for free. Like, we are not sponsored by Manscaped, but let me tell you, that thing does not pay for itself. So, how do you participate and play today? What does your average scene look like?
I don't really have an average scene because I do not own a pony currently, at least exclusively. I do get to work with a lot of different ponies. So it's a fantastic, diverse experience because, at Ponies of Washington, which is the group that I help organize with, we really only have one event a year, which is our Pony Palooza that happens in the summer. And so, I'm emceeing and I'm handling and I'm, brushing them down after some of the ponies are unicorns that show up afterwards. Or, I'm at Camp Crucible and I'm having 3 or 4 pony scenes in a day because, again, there's a bazillion ponies and handlers who come to this amazing camp. And so it's like, okay, I'm working with one pony in the morning who is just really there for the transformation part. They want to go from their human to their pony experience. Then there's the pony who's been part of the community, Pony Boy Stormy, for ages and has the most beautiful tack and is so incredibly well trained that I feel like I'm just learning from him the whole time. And then there's Freya. We love her. And she is a stubborn girl. She is stubborn. But that's what makes it so fun, is that it's like working with bio equines. Each pony has their own personality. And again, I'm greedy. I want all of it. So I love all of the different experiences that I get privileged enough to have. So there is no specific, scene. I will say one of my favorite things, though, because I'm an early morning person, is making the ponies get up early at camp and do an early morning. I mean, I'm talking like 7 a.m. It's not like early for most. Definitely
As
not
someone who struggled to get up at 10 this morning.
Yes. Again, there are specific people that I make do this because I know they're up too. But, we'll do training, and part of camp is that you can have postcards delivered. So I will literally walk the pony over to one of the mailboxes and drop off a postcard that's to them. So it'll get delivered at the next meal to them. And it's my own little pony express mail. And I just love it. And I think it's the cutest thing. And then we'll finish our scene and, the pony will go do their thing and I'll do my thing. And then at meal, I'll be like, oh, they're getting mail. Oh, that's so exciting. So that's probably the closest to what my, scenes look like now.
Oh my God, that's so cute.
Yeah.
Can you imagine a little mail cart?
Oh my God, it'd be the coolest thing. It would be the coolest thing.
Sorry, I'm not getting ideas at all.
I know. Please get the ideas because it's a group that does the mail delivery at camp or whatever. But right, to have a pony in a little uniform with a little design on the cart that's Camp Crucible mail delivery cart or something ugh.
That would be so cute. Or they have to go around and pick them up from all the mailboxes, and then you have to drive them over to where all the mail gets sorted,
yes.
And then you have to sort it, and then you have to go deliver it. It's just oh, that'd be so cute.
That'd be amazing.
Oh.
We'll have to reach out to the leadership and be like, so, not that you guys don't have enough to already do, but also,
can we?
Can we? That would be phenomenal. And it's like, listen, we'll provide the cart, we'll provide the pony, we'll provide the uniform. We just need the okay that we can do this.
We're not opening the mail. We're just delivering
Yes.
it.
We just want to
It's
hand
fine.
it off. We just want to hand it off. Oh my God, that'd be the cutest thing. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, we will come up with an idea. So, you have just gotten back from Unstable.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about it.
Oh my gosh. So it was at a private venue in outside of Portland. There were only, I think, about 40 people, including the staff, or maybe additional to the staff. I'm not sure. But it was very small. It was a camping event, jam-packed with education and competitions and ribbons and learning. Like, again, educators from all over came out to this event, which was kind of phenomenal. And we just, for an inaugural event, it went so well. Literally 3 days full of education and ponying and herd time and frolicking that I cannot say enough good things. And the save the date is already on FetLife. So if you're not doing anything in August 2026, I don't know the dates. I should have looked this up before I got on the call. But it's on there. Unstable 2026. Go save your spot.
I should RSVP for that. Hold on. Let me write that down.
Great. Love that. It was phenomenal. And, they had an English day where, some folks taught dressage, and then we got to compete in dressage. And then there was the Western day, and there was like barrel riding and the trail riding, and oh my goodness. Yeah, it was wild. It was so much fun.
Well, give me a couple of specific stories. Because that's why you're here. You're here to tell stories. What do you got?
So, from Unstable specifically, at least, I've got some other stories in my back pocket to tell you too. But, Freya actually came out for it, and it was pretty cool to get to see her in a non-staff capacity. She got to just come out and be at the event and enjoy. And so we competed through a few different things. And it was one of those events where there was not official a photographer. It was if you want to take some photos, make sure you don't catch anybody else in the background, and be safe and consent and blah 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 blah. So we were going through, I believe it was what's called the trail ride, which means you deliver a little piece of mail, and then you pick something up, and then you weave through the barrels, and then you make a stop, and there's just this is all one of event. And so there's a jump, and we're going then through some pole bending, and my friend took photos, and I was showing it to her afterwards, and she goes, I didn't realize I had my eyes closed the whole time. And I was just like, well, I mean, I could tell that you had your eyes closed, or at least your human brain off, because you weren't trying to anticipate my rain signals. But also, what do you mean you had your eyes closed? There was a jump. So it was pretty cool to have that moment between her and I, especially because last year we actively competed with a blindfold and just whatever. So then I knew her eyes were closed, and that's fine. So it was just cool to have that trust kind of built up over multiple practices and events now. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what else happened at Unstable? You're the one that wanted to talk about this event.
Yes. Well, it was it was so phenomenal because it was a group of people who, while it was put on by the PDX herd, it definitely wasn't just folks from specifically PDX. People from Ponies of Washington came down. Other people from across the country came out. Like I said, Freya came all the way from DC for this. And for such a small group, it really kind of reaffirmed this like herd mentality of like everybody was really social, everybody was really friendly, everybody was, making sure that folks were, getting to handle if they wanted to for the first time, or if they were brand new ponies, they got to actually like try the different things with different handlers. And it was just really phenomenal to see like this camaraderie happen in such a short time. I mean, check-in was 2 o'clock on Friday, and we had to be off site by noon on Monday. But you could just see the connections that were being formed. And I, again, literally cannot say enough good things about the effort that the crew that put it on went to. I'm so thankful. Uh, there were foxes and there were unicorns, and it was just so cool. And there was silly moments and serious moments, and oh, all right. Have I convinced you to come out next year yet?
Yes, you have. There are actually a number of events going on around the world
Mm-hmm.
in pony play that I've been wanting to go check out. There's Hoof It over in the UK,
Mm-hmm.
which sounds a lot like Unstable. Same idea, same mentality. Um, it's quite interesting to hear that these smaller one-time events are getting the wide reach
Mm-hmm.
of ponies coming to them. And it's fun because it's like, there isn't just one event anymore
Yeah.
that everybody needs to be at. It's not Equus in LA. It's not North American Pony Trainer, the competition, which is happening in Baltimore this year.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Camp Crucible. Like, it's not Ponies on the Delta. There are so many events that are now coming up in this play space that are kind of becoming don't miss events, but at the same time they're still staying small and intimate, which is really great. And what I really like about them is that, there are a bunch of reasons why I really like the idea of this. First one is just capacity,
Mm-hmm.
because like Camp Crucible sold out in like 3 weeks this year.
Yeah.
A lot of the big kink events that happen around the world are selling out now. They're hitting their capacities very quickly, like MIR, MAL, Darklands out in Europe, which is a big, like 3-day rave.
Yeah.
These people, they're all hitting their capacity and ticket limits because of the explosion of the kink community
Mm-hmm.
that has happened since COVID. Just COVID, when COVID came and shut everything down, afterwards as events were reopening, everybody was going to everything because they felt that they had missed out on the time that we were all shut down. And so because those have all hit their capacity, and also I'm thinking like furry conventions as well are hitting capacity, so they need to start making a capacity limit.
Yeah.
Because they're growing to the point well beyond their actual capacity, like within their, not just like the space in the hotels, but like their staffing capacity. And so at least in that community, there has been a call for people to attend the smaller conventions,
Mm-hmm.
or start smaller events themselves.
Yeah.
And so seeing that happen in the pony play community and things coming up that people are really interested in going to, and they are much smaller events that will not sell out capacity wise, but they're still just as impactful and just as important and just as rewarding to attend and go to. So it's just like, oh, right, I don't have to go to Folsom, Europe to be seen and this, this, and this. If I want a pony play experience that is meaningful, I can go to such and such herd,
Yeah.
and go to their camping event and probably have a much more meaningful event. And
I think meaningful in a different way. I think
maybe,
yeah, because I think again, I mean, in my mind, it is the same thing as like when we're talking about like human rights as a pie, right? Like it's not like you're getting less because we're having this thing. It's just there's more for everybody now. And I think,
right,
the people who love going to the big events, like I love that for them. I love seeing the photos. I love seeing the people at even Folsom in San Francisco. Like that is so many people. And they're gonna have the cavalcade again, I think is how you say it. I am gonna butcher that, I'm sure. But they're gonna have a in the parade, they're gonna have a bunch of ponies and carts and stuff. And I keep thinking like I wanna go, but also I like pony play and my kink in general when there's a connection. And so just to go to be seen is not necessarily for me. If I'm going and I'm educating, or if I'm going and I'm, have some sort of connection, like I'm an extrovert, I will make connections with friends and people wherever I go. But it feels more intentional when I go to the smaller events like Unstabled, or which did sell out, and they purposely kept it small, which I love. And they are purposely keeping it small next year, I think. Which again I love, because then it's like hopefully keep that vibe of camaraderie. But like Camp Crucible being 300, 400 people, however many it is, um still maintains that vibe with such intention that I think the events that are like, I just heard about a fur con that has like 3,000 people, 10,000 people, I don't know, both maybe. I'm not a furry, so I'm not sure of what numbers I was told, but it was like, that's so many people.
Oh, yeah, that would have been Anthrocon that was in Pittsburgh over July 4th weekend, and I believe it was 18,000.
And I love that there's a space for 18,000 people to go to and have connection with other furries. I love the community that it feels like. I don't know how you have community across that whole board, but maybe that's it, that you have like your, little corners, your
Your
little
group
groups.
and this, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I feel the same way, and I'm glad that you said it that way, because you communicated what I was trying to
Mm-hmm.
in a better way. So thank you for bringing that around. Yeah, it's like those big events are great, and they're really important for like wider reach and
Mm-hmm.
representation in the quote the real world, you know. Um, but it's so easy to get lost in those
Yeah.
as well. And I know for myself, as much as I enjoy a big event, if I'm not going with people I know very well, I'm not going to have a good time. Um, and in most cases, like those kind of big events, if I am going and I'm going alone, it's because I'm going because I'm either working for some in some capacity, or I'm representing
Yeah.
some organization in some capacity. And so the whole purpose is to be there to be seen.
Yeah.
Right. Because you're there as a representation.
Well, and I think by more events showing up as the small event, and like even if like Unstable, next year, the year after, decides to get bigger, I think it shows um group leaders or community leaders around the US, the world, who knows what, that like start small. Like you don't have to be like, oh, we're going to have this event for 10,000 people like year one. Like you can start with 40 people, like, and it can be successful, and it can be this like kind of, it's a one-off thing. It might be yearly, it might never happen again. That doesn't mean it's not successful. Like just because just because an event has been going for 20 years does not mean it's been a good event. It does not mean that the people running it are good people, right? Like, and I'm not calling anyone out specifically. I'm just saying, like, Unstabled 1 year has fantastic leadership. They were in a fantastic event. That does not make them less than Camp Crucible, which again I think is a fantastic event, fantastic people, and has been going for 15 years, 20 years. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
But it doesn't make it less. It just makes it different. And I think that's what I love about more and more of these pony events popping up across the country, at least, if not across the world.
Yeah, and the real purpose of them really is to strengthen the community.
Mm-hmm.
And as I've said in previous podcast episodes, community is an intentional word that we use.
Which takes intentional action, though, as well, of actually
Exactly.
showing up for each other, of actually doing what you say you're going to do. Like, I 1,000% feel that those that want to show up to the pony community and have never stepped foot in either a pony play event, a class, or whatever, that doesn't mean you're not part of the community. It just means it's a different vibe than the greater BDSM community or scene, right? Like, we don't call, I haven't heard, the pony community being referred to as anything other than community. Like, you don't call it the pony scene. You don't call it the pony fandom unless you're talking about MLP. I know you hate that word, and so I had to say it. Listen, I'm still a handler. I'm still a sadist. I'm still going to be able to. I love you. And
dying in this isolation booth. Oh.
But that's it, right? Like, people who show up to the pony community seem to have a different vibe or desire for connection, is all I'm trying to hound home, I guess.
And I think you're absolutely correct in that. And I think that there are ponies out there who are looking for that community. There may be ponies who are not looking for that community. Tromper and I talked about this a bit, and the idea of the gear pony, the Instagram pony, that they just like the gear and they like looking like a pony, but haven't really participated in the community. And that doesn't make them any less of a pony, but I think that the invitation is out there. Come hang out, because I would love to, put a bit in your mouth, attach some reins, and, give you a once over, whatever the hell that actually means. But I don't know, I'm not a trainer. But, there's, in this beautiful herd of ours, there's room for everyone.
Absolutely.
There's room for everyone let me make a caveat there. There's room for everyone if you're coming in intentionally to be a part of the community.
Yeah, I think absolutely. And I think, it's definitely one of those things that, like, we kind of mentioned it before. Like, there's no one way to be a pony, a handler, any other terms that you want to use when you are participating in pony play. And I think that's the part that I want to make sure folks know, that, like, okay, you're not looking for pony friends. Like, you just want to come to a pony event. Fine, come enjoy. We're going to definitely have space for you. We don't, we're not going to make you be our friends or anything like that. But
we will tie you down until you become our friends.
Wait, that's just you and I think. I think we do that to people. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, no, you're not wrong.
Actually, I'm just like, here, would you like some apple chips and to be a pony for a little while? Perfect. Great. Let's go.
Great. Then I come up behind with cuffs, put their hands behind their back, and then we tie them to a post.
Oh, okay. Now we found our new scene. Perfect. Into it.
No, wait. I want to be tied to the post. Wait a minute.
No, too late. No.
Dang it.
I mean, that was one of my favorite, like, little, like, I would say, like, drive-by scene was with you. Was you looked like you needed help getting your tack on. Also, we should point out yet again, I'm barely 5'3", and Kylian is like 10 feet tall. Just FYI, if you don't know Kylian.
In my hooves, I am like 7'3".
Yeah.
7'4". Like, I hit door frames in hooves.
So he was looking like he was struggling with his tack, and I said, "Oh, I'll help you. Let me get up there."
Which also, my defense, it tangles easily. So I'm not a complete idiot. It does tangle easily.
You're not an idiot. You're just a pony and don't have thumbs. It's fine. That's what handlers are there for. It's okay. Anyways, so I am like trying to help him, and then realize, like, I can't reach some of the buckles. I literally had to climb up on a chair to try and help him. And it was the funniest thing, because then somebody's like holding my hip to make sure I don't fall off the chair as I'm like trying to help him. And then I've got him, he's all tacked up. I'm like, "You're good to go." He says yes. And then I proceed to stand right in front of him where I know he won't see me. And it was the funniest thing to me because I knew exactly what it was going to be like, because it felt like I was working with a bio equine. Like I needed my step stool to help. I'm done with that. And now I'm just going to stand here and antagonize the pony that is, sort of trusting me, but doesn't really know me. It was a fabulous thing. And I giggle about it all of the time.
We need to redo that.
I'm planning a trip to DC. I'll come see you.
Thank you. We need to film that at some point just because I need to see it because I don't get to see it. And I think that would be freaking hilarious to watch at some point.
Happily. I'll even wear my cute purple leather skirt.
Oh, yay. Wait. Purple and red go together.
Yeah.
We can do that.
Yeah, works go well together.
So, I'm asking everybody these questions because it's fun to compare and contrast, and at some point I'll make a chart or something. I don't know. How has your play changed over time?
I love this question. It has become more chaotic.
Great.
Right? I am the oldest daughter of a very type A family, and I would come into my kink scenes with like, we are going to do ABC, and we're going to have a great time, and it's going to be phenomenal. And then like humans got involved, and I realized that doesn't work, and then ponies got involved, and they're very chaotic, and it doesn't work. So it definitely is more like, okay, here are the things that I want to do. So we're going to train one of those things. I'm just going to practice you with some hand reining or whatever have you. It's become a lot more free form and trusting the like connection between whoever I'm working with and myself to just go with, especially if it's just a casual pony scene where like there is no goal. Like if I'm not trying to train a new signal, if I'm just trying to have a good time, it's like, okay, let's see if this works. If it doesn't, great. Like we'll do some carding. Oh, the carding doesn't feel good today. Great. We'll move on to bathing the pony, or maybe you'll just have some free at liberty time and I'll be there with you. So yeah.
Not gonna lie. The idea of, because you've mentioned this earlier, and I'm still stuck on the idea of like getting the hooves off, the leather hood off, the tack off, and just still being in rubber basically, and then just getting hosed the fuck down.
Oh yeah,
is such a vibe, and I'm just sitting here going, that would be amazing, especially if it was like an actual like outdoor.
You need to come to camp. You need to come to camp. We can make that happen.
I'm kind of bummed I don't still have my like horse gas mask. That's rubber, that's waterproof. I sold it because it was too small for my giant head. But it's just like wet pony sounds fun.
Yes.
Drying out the tack afterwards does not sound like fun.
No, and that is why you definitely take some of the tack off.
Yeah. And
it's a good time. And even I'm not sure you would fit under the tent, but at Camp Crucible, they have a heated outdoor shower for the ponies and stuff.
It's the middle of May. Why would I want a heated shower?
Because this year it was like 50 all week.
Okay, good point.
Maybe not in your rubber. However, I also like naked ponies.
Wow. Yeah. Hey, every once in a while I do that. Yeah, that's fun. I'm down.
Great. Okay.
Every once in a while. Yeah, there's always. Oh man, there's a picture I saw once, and I need to find it again because it was so hot. Totally off track, but who cares? It's hot. And it was a pony who was in hoof boots, in hoof mitts, and a hood, and that was it. But they were in like a spread eagle cross tie sort of thing, and then of course just giant horse strap on.
Of course.
What, did that excite you so much you dropped your phone?
Yes, that's exactly what just happened.
I'm not cutting that out.
That was crazy. No, that sounds phenomenal and hot. And yes, I
I need to find that picture again. If anybody knows that picture, you can email me at rubberponykillian@gmail.com because I would like to find that again. But it's just like, ever since I saw that, I'm just like, oh yeah, I can do naked pony.
Mm-hmm.
Naked pony sounds fun. Or else, just feeling the harness on your bare skin every once in a while is just kind of like, oh yeah, this feels right.
Yeah.
And actually being able to feel your mane on your actual skin
Mm-hmm.
instead of like a bodysuit or something, it's just like, oh yeah, this is what this like. It's a different tactile touch,
Right.
So now that we're back on track, a follow-up question to that: has any of your play influenced your everyday life?
Like, yes and no. I mean, again, it's one of those things where maybe it's just because I'm like growing up or who knows what. I'm definitely less, not that I think any of my partners would agree with this statement, but I'm definitely less like high strung about plans. Like, if I know there's a plan, I'm good. If I'm the one making the plan, then we are like, we've got this down to an art. But no, I try to be a lot more go with the flow and just, experience what experience is happening, not trying to manufacture anything in particular.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Right.
Flexibility, especially when you're dealing with a 1,500-pound animal. You kind of just go with the flow. You kind of have to.
It's fine. And all ponies think they're 1,500 pounds and 10 feet tall. So
it feels like it sometimes. So I started this podcast because part of me was kind of angry at how the only kink podcast out there I could find and tolerate was hosted by two people who were A, porn stars, and B, live this life 100% of the time.
Mhm.
And they are sponsored by Manscaped, where you can get 20% off your order from Manscaped if you use their code WATTS20. I'm going to laugh so hard if Pump Amp actually finds this podcast someday. I'd laugh even harder if they wanted to be interviewed because, yeah, I'll do it. Let's do it. It'll be fun. Especially because his partner, Mr. Christopher, is a pony.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like, I'd love to get their perspective on it because as far as I'm aware, they don't participate in the wider pony community that I've seen. So it'd be interesting to talk to them about it, to be honest.
Yeah, it'd be very interesting.
Yeah. If anybody knows Pup Amp and Mr. Christopher and want to send this their way, email me at rubberponykillian@gmail.com. Okay, so because of that, I like to ask everybody, because we all have lives. We all have lives outside of this. Oh my God, stop dropping your phone.
It's my stand. My stand is not happy. It's fine. I'm not dropping it.
I'm not cutting any of this out.
That's fine.
I probably will. I don't know. It's funnier if you're watching this than if you're just listening. So because of this, I like to ask everybody, because we all have lives outside of our hobbies and kinks.
Yeah.
What's daily life like for you?
Yeah, I have a real normie job. I work in an office that's, 9 to 5-ish. I do have my 24/7 dynamic with my pup, who is my spouse. But even then, it consists of us doing the dishes together or hanging out with friends and doing board games. Like, it's very much this is what I do for fun. My family that I'm close with is aware of what some of the events that I go to. And, when I teach, I say that I'm teaching, if I'm going to teach, I'm teaching, adult education and talk about consent because everybody should know about consent. But my everyday normie job is, paperwork and computers and spreadsheets. So, it's not, it's not all that, glamorous and fun, but I try to, I'm at least going out to events, hopefully like once a month. Because while my normie job pays the bills, this is what I enjoy doing with my time. So I definitely make an effort for it to be a priority.
And I think that works. I think that works really well. I love the fact that your close family knows, I'm like 95% sure my cousin is listening to this podcast. So, hey girl, how you doing? Let's see if she catches that. Yeah, life is life. Life is life.
I mean,
think being able to.
oh,
yeah.
I was gonna say.
Go ahead.
I literally have a calendar from a pony who has a ton of gear who made a calendar for like close friends, like hanging up like as you walk in my house. So it's like, if you want to know, you're welcome to ask.
That's a good idea.
If you're welcome to ask. I'm not gonna hide who I am. You know, my pony cart is in pieces in my front living room right now because it needs some work. You know, we're remodeling the house with my dad that we just bought, and so it's like, I don't think he notices, or he just is like, I'm not asking, which is fine. Right. Love that for him. But no, it's because I'm not doing anything that is illegal or, you know, what, I'm not a rule breaker. I make the rules. Right. That, you know, we're adults doing make-believe. That I'm like, if you have an issue with that, like, I'm not gonna be sorry. I'm not gonna like shove it in your face. I'm not, you know, my partner is not wearing, you know, a big like studded collar when we go to family dinners. He does wear his daily chainmail collar, but it looks like an everyday necklace if you don't know. So yeah, right. No, I think it's live it to whatever level you can, but no, I work a very boring office job.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I mean, I'm legitimately jealous. I wish I had a 9 to 5 right now, honestly, because then I would have time to go do all these events on the weekends. Yeah. I am very much jealous of people who have stable 9 to 5 jobs right now instead of chaos. Anyway. On to the fun stuff. Let's do some word association.
Yay!
These words don't change to anybody. And because this is the second time we've done this podcast, you should be faster at this.
Maybe. We'll see. I don't remember what the words are, and I did not look. I forgot to look. I thought about it.
Yeah, it's not like I don't send these ahead of time.
I know. And I just listened to Tromper and Rise like interviews this last week multiple times. So you would think that I had kept that in my brain. But they both
multiple times.
Yes.
Those plays were all you.
Probably. Both of them had such good nuggets of wisdom that I would like find something different in each one. So I thought that was so.
I legitimately, when I go through and edit, and as we go through this, I actually write down time codes of like, oh, that's a really good line. That's a really good line. Mainly for like the teaser that I put out before the episode, but also I like to go back and listen to them myself. Especially because like Tromper has so many good nuggets in his that I'm just like, oh, I'm going to pull that out because I'm going to need to hear that again at some point. I'm going to need that little bit of wisdom at some point later this week. Like, you know, it's almost like I just have a soundboard of Tromper now.
Oh, me.
It's going, I'm feeling this way. Click. Oh, he's proud of me. Okay, I'm good. Let's keep going.
Kylian's new ringtones for the different people that are calling him. I'm proud of you, kiddo. In Tromper's voice.
It's just horse dad.
Yeah.
It's horse dad.
Oh my god. Okay, let's go.
I can't wait for the...
I got this.
Nope. One more thing. I just cannot wait for the day that we do a reunion episode and just have everybody on a call. Just everybody in the room. And just chaos. But just...
so much chaos.
We could make it happen. We could do it.
We could.
I can think of an event coming up that I think most people will be at.
That is a choice.
That is a choice. That is a choice. We could... I'll call people. Okay, so... welcome to everyone just joining us. Welcome to the dynamic that is Courtney Jo and myself.
It's chaos.
Especially because, like, since we've done the first episode, the first try we did this, we have been texting back and forth so much more recently that, like, this friendship has blossomed so quickly over the last 3 weeks. It's just, yeah.
It's been awesome.
Just two chaos demons now. It's bad. I'm going to have to edit so much. Okay, you're getting the toned down, watered down version of us.
Yeah, this was less chaotic than the first time. I just want to point this out to listeners out there. This is calm compared to the first one.
Oh my God.
Yep. You missed the
Okay.
50s.
Fun stuff. Let's do this. Quick word association. First word, gear.
Vroom vroom.
God damn it.
I was so excited
Ritual.
that I remembered that because it's you and your motorcycle and your gear, and yes, it is so incredibly hot.
God damn it.
You are
All right. Next one, ritual.
Fuck.
That could be a ritual.
Connection.
Okay. Parade.
Wave.
Thank you for being here today.
I love doing I did my first Pride Parade this year with the ponies, and actually it was so chaotic and fun being pulled in a cart by some, human ponies and seeing the faces of the crowd being like, oh, it's a pony! Like, that's literally like their reaction.
Right.
And then we would do circles and figure eights and whatever, that I was just like, okay, it's pretty cool.
Tension.
Reins.
Bridle.
Silence.
Damn, okay. What if there's not a bit on the bridle?
Yeah, but the pony brain turns on. The pony brain turns on, and the pony gets, like, their body gets silent, their mind seems to get silent, or the human mind, like, gets silent. It's all of those things that's, like, the transformation from human to pony, that if we've been talking, and then I put the bridle on, it's, like, instant, like, there's 9 times out of 10 no more vocal communication from the pony. Doesn't matter if there's a bit or not.
This was supposed to be quick.
I know.
Show ring.
Prancing.
Ooh, yes. Mane.
Majestic.
Damn right they are. And then pony grooming.
Oh, forever. Hours.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
I realized, so I have a cross tie set up in my apartment, in like the little hallway between the bathroom and my bedroom. And anyone who's seen any of my pictures has seen this setup. And I'm sitting there realizing, oh, I'm a dumbass. I could literally put a floor-length mirror across from where that is so I can actually watch it as well.
Yeah.
And actually see what's going on for once.
I think
because
mentioned that, not the mirror part, but you mentioned that when we were talking the first time of like the minimal amount of gear that you need, or you can do this in small spaces. And I'm glad you mentioned that again, because you don't have to go to events to do pony play. You can literally do it in an apartment if you want.
Yeah, exactly. Like I literally have, it's 2 trailer tie downs I got from Home Depot, which I mean, you can get a ring from home, a ring that you can mount on the wall, rip to your security deposit if you don't know how to patch that. But you can put a ring in, or 2 rings in for like $12 or $15. Some rope, and then I put carabiners on the end just to be safe, rather than like doing an actual tie or whatever, because carabiners are just easier. Which, I mean, if your hooves are behind your back, you can't do shit anyway. So carabiners work, and everybody knows how they work. So, but yeah, you really don't need a lot to participate in pony play, and you don't need a lot of space to participate in pony play. You can do a grooming scene in a bathroom. Yeah. Anywhere. Anyway, on that note, thank you, Courtney Jo, for coming on the podcast for a second time. And will not be the last time, I'm sure. At this point, season 2 is definitely a maybe. But before we go, where can people find you online or in person, if that is your thing? Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. It is always a absolute blast chatting with you, and I'm glad that we could re-record, and hopefully, while chaotic, a little less chaotic than the first time. People can find me on FetLife as Courtney Jo. I'm on Instagram, but it's mostly my cooking and random adventures at Chef Courtney Jo. And then Telegram is Courtney_Jo. Because while my superpower is other people's names, mine is a goldfish when it comes to other pseudonyms for myself. So it's Courtney Jo. And then in person, if you see me at an event and I'm actively not engaged in a,
DS type scene with my partner, please feel free to say hi. I love meeting new people. And in fact, I tend, at least on the first day of an event, usually I wear my little pink bolero that says, "You can sit with us." I'm a big believer in more folks joining in and being comfortable and it not being like a clique, hence me really loving the pony community. The next thing I think I'm going to be at is probably, I don't have anything specific lined up yet, but like I'll be at Camp Crucible this coming year. I'll probably be at Kink Fest this coming year. But yeah, friend me on the socials, say hi in person. I'm around.
And with that, thanks for listening to Straight from the Horse's Mouth. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe. Tune in next week for more. And as always, thanks for listening.